Okay, I'm in the photo hide in Marakissa River Camp. It's just a photo hide at the back of the camp where they have two small pools of water. I've got the Canon R3 with me today and the Sigma 500mm prime, the f4. Really liking this combination. I was adapting this for my Sony cameras as well, using the Sigma MC11 adapter, but the autofocus is so much better native, even though it's adapted EF to RF. It's working so much better for me on this body than the Sony A1 or the Sony A7S III that I'm vlogging on now. I've got no tripod. I'm just going to wait here. We normally get quite a lot of birds here, like red-bellied paradise flycatchers, sometimes a violet turako, monitor lizards, snakes sometimes, all coming down to this water. It's late afternoon, it's probably one of the hottest parts of the day, so a lot of the birds and stuff come down here to have a drink. The only problem is there has been an African goshawk roosting on the trees above here. Very young, juvenile. I've seen it hunting a few times and it's scared off most of the birds around here. So I'm hoping I can catch the culprit and see if we can get some photos of the African goshawk and some video. Now most evenings it sits up on the trees above this hide and you can hear it calling still for its mum. So it's still very young and it's still got the juvenile colours, plumage. Unfortunately it hasn't got that nice orange red breast that they have with the stripes. So it's a bit duller looking, but still a great bird to see. I do like a goshawk, and an African goshawk will be an absolute treat. So with the Canon R3 as well, the photo autofocus is insane with animals. I like that you can just put it on animals. You don't need to switch from mammals to birds like you do in the Sony, and it picks up the birds a lot further away, a lot further away, and locks on quite well. But what I have noticed in video, I'm still trying to dial in that settings because the autofocus settings are slightly different. And I've tried to copy like what I've been using on my Sony A1 with locked on and then, a slower focus speed. So when it locks on, it stays locked on, and that transition speed is nice and smooth as well for video. With the R3, I've found that it's locking on, but it's still drifting from the subject, even though the box is sort of round the eye. And I think that maybe, I'm not sure, but I'm experimenting with different settings, but I don't think I can set it up like I do the A1. So I've had to put some stuff in a faster setting. So at the moment I'm trying the furthest locked on setting, so when it locks on, hopefully it locks on, but then I've cranked up my focus speed. But the only problem, it seems to be working well, but what I've been noticing is then when the bird leaves the frame in video, I'm talking, when the bird leaves the frame in video, it then suddenly shoots to the background because my focus speed is up. So I think it's mainly dialing the settings mainly. So I've still got to tweak and play with it. That's why like this 2 weeks here has been great, because there's been so much stuff to film and I can really experiment with the settings to try and get this dialed into how I want it. Photo, no problem, it's amazing. Video, I still think the A1, once it locks on, it just locks on and stays on it. I think there's a monitor lizard coming. You can hear the rustling of the leaves. It's normally a sign the monitor lizard's on his way for a drink. Quite noisy going through the undergrowth. I haven't seen the really big one here yet this year. Just the few small ones and a medium-sized monitor lizard. I've actually forgotten what monitor lizards they are. Maybe a Nile monitor lizard or something. No, maybe not. I'll put it up in the lower third when I know. No sign of the goshawk yet. You'll hear him call that. Like that. So when you hear that call, you know the goshawk's going to be near here. Something's here. Pigeon. A dove. Classic. Well, keeps you on your toes. But yeah, nothing exciting. False alarm. Well, you never know. I always think, do I film that pigeon? Because you never know when that goshawk's going to come out of nowhere and take it. But I haven't seen him up on the trees yet. But these goshawks can obviously fly through the woods and in the tight forest undergrowth very well. They, you know, that's what they're designed for, to hunt small birds in this kind of conditions. They're able to tuck their wings up and fly through small gaps. It's really impressive, the speed that they can hunt through this undergrowth. So you never know, that pigeon may become dinner. Dove, should I say. But I doubt it. But yeah, I'm standing by ready. The African goshawk is here. Just landed. Very still. I can't talk. Yeah, he flew off. I think I was too noisy. He heard me move. Ah, shit. He's still here, he's still up there. He's gone too high and I can't see it. It's heavily backlit as well. But we got him, we got video and a couple of photos before I turned the camera on. Let's just hope they're sharp. Let me check. Yes. Okay, it's not going to win any awards, but we got a photo of a goshawk. I hope he comes back down. Obviously he's going to scare everything else off. I just left the hide. I had to run and help someone. And then I came back and he was just sitting there. So I had to be really quiet coming in, and I just managed to get some shots in, some video, and now he's flown off. So it's going to probably be a nice short and sweet one, but you get to see an African goshawk. It's a knee rubber if I've ever seen one before, so that's a real treat. Young, juvenile African goshawk living around this Marakissa lodge. You know, trying to find his feet, learn how to hunt. But yeah, I think that may be it.